All right, we are back. Mic here. There we go. Okay. A little late this morning. A little chilly this morning. Supposed to be 65, so that's why I have the coat on. So I'll probably warm up here. There we go. Okay. So you see, I have my PC computer back here now. I had to do a whole bunch of stuff yesterday to get that happening. I had to move my office around. Not ideal. I feel a little clustered in here. I had to move my guitars over by my window, and it's just, anyway. But we got it up here. I have to do maintenance on it. It's just, yeah. Like I talked about yesterday, the IQ software is just horrible. I hope I don't have to reinstall everything on my computer, so that's just the only thing. All right, so what we were doing yesterday, which I've gladly was proud of, it took us like 2 hours to do, but we got it, was the mothership beam wave. So let's test it again, just make sure everything's all good. All right, that's loading up. I still have to figure out these trees. Every time I open up the project, they keep disappearing. As you see, I have these shader errors, so I have to figure that out. Oh, well, okay, there we go. And then obviously this is great. I love this. These, I don't know. We need to figure that out. What we're going to do with that. And then, let's see, we got to start building out the town. And I got to fix that. Still don't know why. All right, there it is. Sweet. That's cool. Obviously, we can tweak that as we go, but it's there. So, that's the main thing. So yeah, I got to figure out why those power-ups spawning like that. Let me see the spawn point. That looks fine. We've reset these. I think it's this one. Yeah, it's this one. We've reset the position of these things. Yeah, I don't know. Let me see where my health ones. Health pack. See what these look like. Okay, 0001. It must have been a way we did it. Let's put this in here. Reset position. Okay, now let's go find that, which is going to be over there. And then there it is. F. Okay, go out. Now, what I'm going to do, I'm going to delete this one. Okay. And what we'll do is, we kind of want the power up not to be on the ground, but kind of in the air. So like something like that, maybe. Okay. And then what we'll do is we'll take this, create that as a prefab. Now, let's see. Okay. Thing is, I don't know why that keeps doing that. Maybe I need to check the code real quick. Okay, that was the ray gun power up. We just need to go to the power up. Here it is, power up. Alright, nothing here. Player power up. Alright. I'm looking to see spawn points. Like if there's like, it's like if we have coordinates or anything. Can't remember. Okay, spawn health pack. Okay, that's a spawning power up spawner. This is what we need right here. Okay, spawn points. Ba-ba. Float timer, spawn interval. Okay. On power up. Length. Random range. So it might be something in here. Range 0. Random, because we're doing it by random. Okay. Alright. So what we were going to work on today is we were going to try to do the dissolve shader. We just spent how much time yesterday doing this mother beam, this one. See, I still think these colors are too similar. I think that one was going to be the highlight. One of these is the highlight, so... But anyway, that's what took us yesterday. We had to do a whole bunch of stuff. But we got it done. And we followed Gemini to do this, and I thought Gemini's instructions were rather quite good. So I think I might use Gemini again. Okay, let's do this one here. This over here. That here. That here. There we go. This. Bring this down here like that. Okay. But yeah, I was actually quite impressed by Gemini's instructions. I really liked using them. They're a little more clear for me in some areas than ChatGPT, but so let me clean this up just a little here, and then we'll move on to that. All right, that's good for now, I guess. That will work. Okay, let's close. Oh, we gotta save it. All right, let's close that tab. I think we're gonna need that. Okay, so what I did was, so I'm gonna pull up ChatGPT on my iPad, and then I have the Gemini over here on my second screen. So, so yeah, we'll try that. We'll follow them just to see. Okay, ChatGPT. Here it is. Okay, it's loading. Okay, get back to my project. All right. All right, they have, okay, here's their instructions. Created the solver shader graph, and then we have Gemini over here. I'm really liking Gemini. I just like the way they lay it out a little bit better. I'm comparing the two. Yeah, so Gemini explains it a little bit better. Like the instructions. Because like this one says, okay, create the graph. Right click and assets, da 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 da. This one's like create a new shader graph. It's a little more detailed. And they're like in your project window. So it tells you specifically, whereas ChatGPT doesn't. So that's the thing. That for me, I like that. All right, so here we go. So let's use Gemini because we were successful. We got the actual mothership beam to work. Okay, so it says create a new shader graph. In your project window, right click, go to, so your project window is here. So that's, yeah, for me, that just makes a little more sense. I gotta figure out what all these layers, we got a lot of stuff in here we're gonna have to clean up. So, okay, so we're gonna create a shader. Where's my shader folder? Right there. Okay, so we're going to right click. We're creating the shader just like we did yesterday. Same thing. So it's the same type of shaders we did. So we go to shader. If they say shader, well, that must be something different because shader and shader graph. Because when I go to shader, it tells me to go to universal render pipeline. We don't have that. That's right here. We go lit shader graph. Okay. Now we're gonna name it radial solve shader. Okay. Let me see what this one. This one just says dissolve shader graph. I remember last time ChatGPT when we were doing this. I'm gonna see if it tells us to make a material. Let's see. Do we have to make a material in here? Yep. We create a material. In ChatGPT, let's see. Okay, so ChatGPT has us set everything up for the dissolve shader graph, and then step 2 goes in to create the material. But we create the material right off the bat. So just a little different. Like I'm saying, I like the way Gemini has structured this. So much. It's just a little more detailed. Okay, so now we go create our materials. Find our materials folder. Is create material. Name it dissolve. Material. Go. Right. I hope everyone's having a good day today. It's a nice sunny day again here. Well, yesterday it wasn't sunny. We had like 3 storms blow through. It was quite warm. It's a weird week this week. It's like today is gonna be a little cooler, not cool, but and then it's supposed to get up like by Thursday. It's supposed to be in like 80 degrees. It's like what the hell? It doesn't make any sense. Oh, I have the coat on for this morning because it's a little chilly. I have my window open. Hey, Trent, what's up? How are you doing? Good to see you. We're still working on the prototype. Yesterday I finished, oh, here, I'll show you real quick. Yeah, I'm trying to remember when you were here last, what I've done since we talked. Let's see. Well, I'll zoom out here. So we got the city, the roads in, well, just a basic square. These buildings are not final. I think they're too big. We got the forest up here, which is still a work in progress. I got these mountains here. That's it so far. We got to start building out more. Like, I have to think of ideas, what I'm going to do here. That's the problem. We got a skybox in, as you can see. Got the grass. And then I've been tweaking the UI. Obviously, this wave incoming right here is not always going to be shown. It's only going to come when the waves come in. All this stuff needs to be tweaked. And then yesterday, I built... here, we'll show you. I built the mothership beam. Still work in progress, but like it took me yesterday like 2 hours to do it. You know, all this stuff is like a work in progress. You know, it's not polished yet, but it works. You know, like we're getting so. So let's see here. Still didn't fix that. Damn. See, there's the mothership beam. It looks kind of cheesy right now, but that's kind of what we're going for. So, but definitely, And then I need to work on that right there. So what I want them to do is they're getting too small too quickly. I want them to rise up the beam and slowly get smaller. And then we're working on the dissolve shader right now, so they will disappear as they're going up. That's kind of what I'm envisioning. So yeah, that's basically everything we got so far. Well, I'm glad you think that's cool. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. We gotta tweak it, but I'm working on. That's what we're gonna work on right now is the dissolve shader. Like this shader stuff it's tough, man. Like it's a lot of work. I just delete. Hold on. Do I have the? Yeah, we did the mothership beam, but it's got to tweak the color a little bit. But we're going for that kind of cheesy look anyway, so it might work. But I think the colors I think I need to work on the color a little bit. But the beam looks great. Like I was so happy yesterday when I got that done. Oh, the C on my hat? Oh, that's for the Cubs, Chicago Cubs, the Cubbies. Yep. I know there's so many like C's, like there's so many teams that have that C. But yeah, the blue and red kind of gives it away, but if you're not, a Cubs fan or whatever, you wouldn't know. But yeah, that's what it is. Does it say? No, it doesn't say Cubs. It says Cubs in the back. Yeah, if you're not a sports fan, you wouldn't know. I'm not like a huge sports fan. It's just it's from where I'm from. I'm not from Chicago, but I'm from Illinois, and it's just kind of a thing. Okay, so we got our dissolve material. Yep. But I live in Ohio now, so everybody's a Cleveland Indians fan, or no, Cleveland Guardians. Sorry, not Indians. Which it's okay because they're in the American League, and the Cubs. I'm a Cubs Cardinals fan. I mean, which is like where I'm from is kind of weird because most people are Cubs fans and like they don't like Cardinals fans. So anyway, it's a whole thing. Um, but yeah, so I mean, we're making progress. UI and I found some font. As you can see, these are different fonts. I found kind of like the 50s fonts. What I'm looking for. I'm trying to find colors for these right now. White is kind of doing it, but I have that outline. I think this one looks good. The wave incoming, but it's fine. I found some fonts that were like $30, I think. Let's see. So I've been looking, doing all my research. Yeah, this right here. These fonts right here. It's like $25. It's like, oh man, I think these are cool. Like it's really cool. I think these are cool. I just don't know if it's like what I'm going for. This looks more horror to me, but as you can see, War of the Worlds. It nails that 50s vibe, like pretty good. So I don't know. We'll see. I don't want to spend 25. Space Rocks is awesome. Is that I've never seen it. Oh, you're talking about the font. Okay, yeah. So I just been was doing some research. A lot of the fonts back then were Comic Sans or a variety. So that's what I've been looking at. I keep researching just to see what's gonna work. But yeah, so that's kind of. Yeah, I know the font. Yeah, I was like, I'm just stupid. It was me being dumb. It's all good. All right. In the inspector panel for the new material, select the shader drop down. All right, so that must be over here. Yep, right here. And do shader graphs resolve. See, in ChatGPT, it doesn't say anything about this. Let me see. Let me go back to the material. Okay, it just says assign dissolve shader graph. But in Gemini, gives you way more detail, which I like. So now I gotta assign this to... Now we have to take this material and we have to assign it to our enemy. So let's... In the Resh Menderer. Ah, right here. See, like, the more I do this, the more, like, this stuff starts to make sense. So something broke on my guy, or my people here, like, their bodies, so I had to, like, find a different thing. And I don't remember what I had. But it doesn't matter. The thing is, what I'm worried about is, like, I'm doing all this work, and then when I get the actual 3D models, like, how can I put the 3D models in here, or am I gonna have to remake all this, you know? At least I have it set up and I know what I'm doing. I'll just copy, you know, you just copy settings, so. Okay, so we got that. That's what I'm saying, like, when you don't know something and you're doing all this stuff and then you don't know if you're doing it the correct way or the right way, that's the problem. All right, now we're gonna work on building the radial dissolve shader graph. So, okay. Open the radial dissolve shader by double clicking it. That must be this thing that we just did. No, shader's down here. There it is. Now the fun part begins. This is where I get lost, because it's a lot of stuff, but like I said, it took me yesterday, the other shader here, I'll open up the mothership one. You can see what, so there's the mothership. So that beam that came down that you saw, this is all the things we had to do to build it. And like I said, I think I'm gonna have to tweak some of these colors here. They're too similar, I think. So it's just kind of like a tweaking thing. And then I had to build, so how it started was I built a cone. And then what we did is we built this shader, we attached it to that cone and made it transparent. So that's how we got that mothership beam. So yeah. But yeah, I think it's a start. It's cool. And I like it. We're getting there. Small little things. So what have you been up to, Trenton? What games are you playing, or anything fun? We just one of my friends, he comes in the chat once in a while. His name is Rabid Llama. I think you've been in here. We used to play Star Citizen sometimes, and we're going to group up. They're old college friends of mine, and we're gonna group up and we're gonna try to play Baldur's Gate 3. I've never played it, so it should be fun. Like just like once a week or something on the weekends. Give us old farts something to do. All right. That's much. You just launched Identity. It's an abandoned game. Oh, cool. You have a link? I think you could do links in here. If not, I'll prove it. Cool. I always like seeing what other people do, you know? It's cool. How you do it? Oh, hold on. No, it's 20 bucks. No, it's Nightbot. I gotta go in and do the settings for Nightbot. I'm still slowly building things for the stream. It's like it takes a while. Oh, cool. I love that graphic, dude. That's really cool. Mostly negative. Denny's a new breed of mass multiplayer online role-playing game where hundreds of players interact with the world of absolute freedom. It's the actions of players. Did you work on this, or did you build this all yourself? I'm getting sick of these damn comments, man. Get them every day. Town Square is the first gameplay module. Full identity. Oh, I see. You were super hyped for it. Cool. It sounds cool, yeah, but... Oh, wow. Back the game on Kickstarter 2015 or 2016? Holy crap. That's a long time ago. Still a dead scam of a game. Wow. I mean, I like that graphic. That graphics. They made 5 million? Wow. Yeah, that's what sucks, dude, when you get burned. Like, they always make, you know, like, they'll do... What was that one? Like, that zombie game that looked like Last of Us and everything that was huge. Everybody was freaking out about. Oh, God, what was that called? I can't remember it now. But they did, you know, that was like the same thing. It's like, it looks so cool, and everybody's like, oh my God, this is the next thing. It was like a mixture of Last of Us, kind of... I can't remember now. It was like a year or two ago. It was like the biggest thing, and then they kept pushing it back, and then finally, I think they just canceled it. It looks good. I mean, but that's the thing, man. It's like, looks aren't everything. Okay, wait a minute. They have social, combat, and racing? What? Are you racing other... Okay, hold on here. Anyway. God, what the hell was the name of that game? Oh, this is built in Unreal. Oh, it was released in 2018 and it still sucks? Wow, they never did anything. Well, that sucks. Yeah, that sucks. Okay, so it was supposed to be the next GTA RP, but standalone game. Okay, makes sense. Yeah, I could see. I mean, it looked promising, but yeah, if they just didn't do anything and ran off with the money, yeah, makes sense. All right, so we got to create a float node. But yeah, that sucks, man, when they do that stuff. Like, it's kind of like, I mean, Star Citizen's like, I don't know. I mean, some people think it's a scam and blah, 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 but it's like, dude, you actually can play the game now. You know, they're actually building it. They're still building stuff for it, but I don't know. Like, I don't play it. I think I uninstalled it off my gaming machine. It's like one of those. I mean, it's like one of those things. Like I can always come back to it. You know, if it ever gets better. I mean, they're working on it. I just kind of gave up on it a while ago. But I actually have to do some stuff on the gaming. I finally got my gaming PC back up here. Okay, so name it dissolve amount. Okay. Set exposed box to true. Whoops. Ah, there's shader graph samples. Identity. Yeah, that's. Set exposed. I don't see exposed amount. True. Hold on. Sure, we're not supposed to do this. Ah. Default. Default value is 0. Okay. I don't see. Whoops. Right, I'm gonna delete that. I don't know. Maybe that's what we're supposed to do. Oh, no. I'm guessing that might be what it's referring to. I don't know. Connect the output of this dissolve node to nothing for now. Okay. Create a position node. Okay. And set its space to object. Okay. Gives us the local position of each vertex. We'll use the center of the object as the origin of our radials. Did we set that material up yet? Hold on. Okay, distance from the center. Create a length node. I remember we used that yesterday. Length. Okay. Okay, so connect the output of the position node to the input of that one. But we need to set. Okay, don't have to set anything. Go. Yeah, this stuff gets boring. I mean, it's hard to be entertaining when you're building stuff. Like, at least for me, it is. I need to concentrate. That's hard for me sometimes. Okay, dissolve threshold. Create a subtract node. Okay, so connect the output of the length node to the A input. There's that. And the dissolve amount to the B. That one. There we go. We're getting somewhere. all of the Elder Scrolls events on. Basically, they're just announcing Oblivion. I thought it was news for the next upcoming Elder Scrolls, but it's actually just Oblivion. I didn't have much sleep yesterday, so I was like, my brain was just right here. Tune at 11, so it's in 5 minutes. I thought that was 6, but it's actually 4. Roman numeral. I was like, I looked at it last night. I was like, wait a minute, that's not 6, that's 4. Like, dude, how stupid are you? Me personally, I mean, to be honest, I didn't play Oblivion. I mean, I played it, but I didn't play it a lot. And I've heard from a lot of my people that, love Elder Scrolls and that said that was their favorite. But for me, like, Morrowind was my first one. So, and I loved Morrowind. So it's just kind of one of those things. Maybe I'll get this one and play it. Wonder when it's coming out. Like, exactly coming out. I need to go make some tea here. Alright, the ad break's gonna start in 4 minutes. I think that's when I will go make tea. Right. A comparison cutoff. Just this monitor over here. Much better. There. I have this thing on my desk to lift up, like a shelf, to lift up my monitor and stuff on it. It's kind of awkward. I'd rather have the second monitor like right here, but I have to have it like over this way, so it's just weird. But it works. All right, so we got a comparison for cutoff. Create a greater than node. Okay, they don't have a greater than, but they do have a comparison. I'm guessing that's okay. Let's just double check, make sure comparison node is a shader graph Unity 6 greater than node the same as comparison. Okay, so the greater than node specifically checks if one input is greater than another. Okay, so they're different. Wait a minute. I wonder that over here. No, don't see greater than. Okay, well, we searched for it. Greater than. I don't see it. Okay, create a greater than node, connect the output of the subtract. We don't have a greater than node.
It's 11 o'clock.
Hold on, maybe it's one word, or, no. Gradient. All right, add starting in 28 seconds, 25. All right, we'll take a pause here. Let me go get some tea. We'll be right back. All right, we are back. Does anybody care? No, nobody's watching. Nobody cares. No, I'm just kidding. Oh, yeah. All right. Hold on, I need to... I had this... I don't have this on. Whoops. We accidentally locked my computer. Okay. So, I've been using the Mac keyboard right here, which I like. But yesterday typing, I'm gonna try something out. It was just a little rough. I have this Logitech keyboard that I've been going back and forth. That's basically that's been the thing. I've been going back and forth to these keyboards. I have the LX, or what is this? The Logitech MX Master 3S, and then this is the MX Mechanical Logitech Mechanical keyboard, which does type a little bit better. I do notice. It's just, yeah. I mean, the reason I love using this is because I have this nice wood thing from GrooveMade that this keyboard fits into, so it just fits in my hands, and it's just nice. And I don't have one for the Logitech keyboard, so I still have my thing for my wrist guard, but it's okay. But typing is a lot better on this Logitech keyboard. I will say that. Okay, there we go. It's working. Okay, let's get back into the shader graph here. So we were trying to figure out the greater than. Let me see what ChatGPT says. Well, ChatGPT doesn't have very many instructions for the... Okay, hold on. Smooth step. Sample your textures. Main text. Dissolve amount. Okay. Okay, comparison for cutoff. Create a greater than node. Can't find the greater than node. Okay, the math section of the node palette. All right, let's try this. Okay, it just says math node. Okay, minus one minus. I'm not seeing it. I don't see it. It'd probably be... I would say it'd be in here. Yeah. I do not see the greater than. Huh. Boolean, no. Interesting. Oh, comparison node. That's what we had. That's what I thought. Okay. Initially, that one told me I couldn't. So I don't know what's... Yeah, anyway. Okay, so we'll do that. Create node. Now I can't create one. What the hell? Okay, there we go. Okay. Connect the output of the subtract node Okay, connect the output of the subtract node to the A input and AIF. Guessing to that one. And a float node with a value of 0 to the B. So a float node is different than over there. So we need a float. Okay. The value of 0. Okay, that's a 0. So that is going to connect to the B input. Do we connect that to the B? No. Connect that. There. Okay. All right. And then, wait a minute. So that's what we do. Greater. Aha. So we set the greater than and that comparison node. So it's not a greater than node. It's a comparison node set as greater than. Greater. Okay. Okay, so alpha clipping. Connect the output of the greater than node to alpha clip threshold. I think that's over here. Hold on. Yeah, and the master node, but I don't see an alpha. Oh, ensure the surface type is set to transparent. There's our alpha. Okay. They should have put that before, not second. Okay. Yep. So we do this. The output of that goes into the alpha here. Okay. Whoa, we changed something there. Okay, connect the output of the greater than to the alpha clip threshold. Okay. In the master node settings, ensure surface type. Okay, yes, we did that. Okay. Okay, optional dissolve edge effect color. So I found some ones on YouTube that I really like dissolve. It's just, man, I don't know. Let's try this, see how it looks. 'Cause remember, we don't want to do too good of things, but you know, we do kind of want to have good looking shaders. So what I'm hoping is I can build this stuff and kind of give a sense of what I want, and then somebody will help me with it and go, hey, well, I see what you're going for. Here's how we can improve it. You know, if I'm streaming sometime. tea good? Cooling down. But it's like the thing I was trying to build was very specific. So all I have it built. So now it's like if I want a certain effect, we can go and build that shader or improve the shader to get that effect on the object. So now that I know how to do the object thing. What the hell? All right, so now this is optional, but I like doing optional. Let's see, we got this optional thing to do, and then we have controlling the dissolve from our human target script. Okay, so we're almost done with this. Okay, to create a glowing or colored edge where the dissolve is happening, we can use a smooth step node. Create a smooth step node, which we did yesterday. So the thing is like, this looks exactly like what we did yesterday. It's like, I don't know. I don't think this is, it's doing exactly what I'm envisioning in my head. All right, so create a smooth step node. We did that. Okay. Connect the output of the subtract node to its in down here. Okay. Create two float nodes. Okay, we got to create over here. Oh yeah, typing on this is so much better than that other keyboard. Which I didn't think would ever happen because I really do like the Mac keyboards. I've been using them for years, and I always thought like, oh man, these things I type so good on until I got this thing. It's like, wow. Okay, so -0, 1. (0.1). I should have said not -1. And then dissolve edge, float, edge in. So we got 0.01. 0.1, sorry. Connect. Okay, now we gotta bring these in. Connect these to edge min and edge max. Okay. Since these are connecting here, we need to put these over here. Makes more sense. There we go. All right, so that made it a little lighter. See, I don't see any gradient. Like it says it's supposed to make a smooth gradient. Yeah, I'm not seeing that. Let's try, well. Okay, that's not right. So we did it right. Okay. Create a color node for your desired color. Okay, so create color. So this is suggesting bright blue or white. think white. I think we should go white. Try white. It's so basic though. Okay, so now we're multiplying the output with this. Okay, multiply the output of the smooth step node to the color node. All right, hold on here. Okay, multiply output smooth with the color node. And then we're taking this to the emissions. Ah, right there. All right, now it's okay. It's doing something. So now we're going to connect the base color and other properties. Connect any textures or color information you were previously using for your character's material. Okay. What? Okay, I don't understand that. So we were doing this. Connect any textures or color information you were previously using for your character's material to the albedo input of the master node. Okay, albedo I think is just the base color. Can we bring in this material? No, we can't. I'm guessing we would do it. I'm not clear with these. Okay, hold on. I'm gonna ask Gemini. What do they mean by this? Hold on. Can you provide? Okay. What Gemini says. Okay, so yep, it says you're right. That step assumes you have an existing material set up for your character. Let's break down exactly what you need to connect in the radial dissolve shader graph, depending on how your character's original material looks. See, I wonder if we should have waited all this stuff until we had our characters, but see, that's the thing I worry about is like doing all this stuff. I go make the 3D models, bring it all in here, and then this stuff doesn't work with the 3D models. Okay. So it says, understanding the goal, we want the dissolve effect to override the opacity of your character while keeping its original color, textures, normal. Scenario 1. Your character uses a simple color. Okay, so the color. Do we do this? All right, first off, I gotta remember what the albedo is input. I think I looked it up yesterday. think it's just alpha. What is the... Okay, the albedo property controls the base color and transparent. Set a single color to use. Okay. Okay, PBR master node. That's it. PBR. Now I remember, which we don't have. I'm thinking it's this thing. Yeah, refers to as the base color. So it goes there. That's what I thought. Okay, so find your base color node right here. And connect to albedo. So just connect that to there. There we go. Okay, so yeah, we're getting that there. Okay, that looks a little better. I can see the glow. Do you have the glow? Your body. Oh, God. Oh, God. The Last Dragon. When you got the glow. Yeah, I'm old. Good movie, by the way. It's probably cheesy by today's standards, but it's still a good movie. Still recommend it. All right. We got that. Scenario 2. Okay, uses a texture for color, which we... see, this is where we got to think about in the future what we're going to be using. If your character uses a normal map for detail. So yeah, we might have to... Okay, well, I think we're done with that. Let's try it. Okay, I think there was a couple... Okay, now we have to do... Okay, we have to save it now. Okay, now we have to go into our script. Okay, so what we're going to do, we need to get our human target script. Okay, this is what we did yesterday. What I'm going to do, I'm going to copy this just so it knows what we're doing. And it will tell me where to add it. Which it did remember our human target script from yesterday. Okay, so wait, hold on. It's kind of telling me. No, actually, it is telling me from what we did yesterday. Great. So it did remember. Cool. Yeah, so no knock on ChatGPT, but Gemini, just the way Gemini looks and the way it does things, I do love it. I do love it. I just wish Gemini would have a desktop app for the Mac. That's all. Please? Can we do that, please, Google? All I ask is give us a desktop app. That's why I like ChatGPT. We have a desktop app. All right, cool. So I just gave them my script just to be safe. Okay, so mothership, we need to add the dissolve functionality. Yep. Okay. Public material. Oh man, typing is so much better on this keyboard than yesterday. I was struggling yesterday. Oh my god, this is so much better. Okay, dissolve. Never done this before, I don't think. So I'm gonna have to research what we're doing here. I can't understand it here. Oh, I see, dissolve amount. So we're calling, okay, I see what we're doing. We are calling that property from the shader graph. The public string, so it's a string, dissolve property name equals dissolve amount, which is what it is in that shader graph. Okay, that makes sense. All right. Okay, so we got the dissolve. See, intellectually, I understand this stuff. It's just like the connections haven't been made yet. That's all. But it's starting to. Certain things I'm like, oh, I know what that is. Like I'm starting to get it. Like things are starting to kind of click a little bit. Okay, what's the, okay, visual. Okay, this needs to go. We already have that up there. Okay. And then I need to start working on the audio because I deleted one of these. I think it's this one, the poof. One of them I deleted. Or I'm gonna find something else. It's just not, it was just not good. Okay, so we go to the start. Yep, when you got the glow. And I got that in my head. Okay, this all look, we don't necessarily need to assign dissolve here. Start, we'll assign it directly in the inspector. Okay, that's cool to know. Okay, we got our abduct, float. So what I want to show you in this Gemini, let me bring it over here. I just love it because it looks exactly like what I'm doing, and I like how it's color coded. And what I want to show you is the instructions. This is, we could do better here, but the way they lay out instructions, how they do this, what you need to do, call to action. Amazing. Good job, Gemini. And they're just more descriptive with their instructions. They're just way more. Let me see here. Hold on. Let me pull up ChatGPT. Okay, so here's ChatGPT. So here's ChatGPT's instructions of the same thing. I put the same prompt. This is exactly what I put in Gemini. And this is what they give me. Okay, I do like this. This is great because it gives you all what you need to do here. Love that. But when you look at the instructions, it's very vague. And the thing about Gemini was, we created the graph and then we went right to our materials right here. We did all that. They just wanted us to go all the way through. So it kind of, you know, I guess it doesn't matter. But this does give a little description. It just, I wish it had a little more instruction about it. And sometimes Gemini will give you the reasoning behind why you're doing it. Another plus in my book. So anyway, so that's the difference. So, I mean, I guess the script looks pretty much the same as Gemini compared to ChatGPT. But for me, Gemini gets a 1-up for the instructions. I do instruction stuff for my in a day job kind of sense. So that's what I'm saying. It's like, for me, it just doesn't work. But I love Gemini's, the way they do it. Okay. So we're looking at the abduct. Okay. I don't think I don't know if we're changing. We might have to change the enemy state, instantiate beam. We probably got to add the dissolve. Are we adding the dissolve in here? But one thing that ChatGPT does good, when you add new things, they'll point them out. I don't see Gemini doing that. Okay, beam object, play audio, start beam after delay, show beam delay. Okay, we got that. All right, let me just see what we got going on here in our update method. Float and spin. Scale down from the original using animation curve. Okay, that's the same. Update beam position. Yep, we got that. Okay, abduct now. Yep. So I think this is probably where... Yeah. This is like probably some of the stuff we're going to need. Actually, I think it's in the inspector now that I think about it, to change those settings. So we're going to have to tweak those settings of when the player, or when the enemy's getting abducted, how they slowly go up, their height needs to go more, and the shrinking effect needs to go longer, not just like cheep cheep gone. We want it to kind of go up the beam a little bit higher, slowly shrink, and then poof, dissolve. Be cool if we could get it to the dissolve is happening while they're shrinking. That would be cool. I'm sure you can do it. It's just, I don't know how to do that. All right, I gotta double check this. Just to make sure there's nothing in here that's added. Nope. Upward 0.5. See, this I think is where we have to change. Yeah, this is it, the float. And now we can't really tell that they're spinning because we just have the stupid character. So when we actually have the 3D model character, we'll see it spin. That's cool. So we don't even know that effect, really. So this is where we're going to have to adjust, I think. Not right now, but after we get this dissolve thing in here. I'm sure we're going to have to tweak it. Okay, so abduct now. Right there. True, false. Yep. Hide the beam. Okay. Abduction tracker. Okay. I'm guessing we're probably going to do a new... Okay, we didn't add anything in here. Oh, so we're just... Okay, so we did the public variable so we can do it in the inspector. Hold on. Okay, we added something in the update method? That's what we forgot. Oh, right here. If dissolve material is null, okay. Yep. We need to add an else statement. Oh. Yep, this is it. Debug. Log warning. God, I can type so much better. And as I'm typing, I'm making all these not sign. Oops. I can just type faster, that's all. Plus, yep, game object dot name. Okay, are we returning that? No. And also what's cool about Gemini, I'll show you this over. As you can see, they add the reasoning behind it. Here's a breakdown of why we did what we did, of where, okay, and it explains it. Awesome. That is great. ChatGPT doesn't really do that, I don't think. That's what I'm saying. They just give you more information. It's good. So this code block added at the beginning of our update method, blah, 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 blah. It checks if the dissolve. So it explains what we're doing. And that's what's so good. So that's what I'm saying. I might be using Gemini a little bit more for some of this stuff. But I'll still use ChatGPT because it has the history of everything that I've created for this project. So you know what I mean? It's like, but I guess once I'm using Gemini, I'm sure it will kind of learn everything as well. Anyway, getting off on a tangent here. Okay. Okay, no changes. How to use. I mean, that's great, man. Oh, God, that's so good. I just want to go through this code one more time just to make sure I didn't miss anything. Okay, float. Spin, you know. Delta. Yep, so that's where I missed it, was control the dissolve amount. Okay, so yeah, after the return. So that's what this is going to do, is it's going to control, oops, control dissolve effect, yep. Or dissolve amount. Control dissolve. Okay, and we got progress, float spin. Yeah. So this right here, this scale down, we need to adjust this. This is where we're going to need. So I'm guessing. Right here. Scale curve. So these are the numbers we're going to have to adjust here to do the scaling, the height. So that's the, let's see. Forgot what the, hold on. Does it tell me? I know one's X, Y, and Z, but what's the other one? Let's say. Forgot what these coordinates were. What I'll do is we'll figure it out. It's not, okay, we got to save this. It's not a big deal right now. Like I said, we'll adjust all that. So, okay. Back to our, oh, it's got to load. Now, we have to do something in the inspector. How to use. Okay, we have to apply the dissolved material to the mesh render. We did that. I'm pretty sure we did that. Okay, so it should be in the human target. We should have the dissolve effect in it. Right there. Dissolve material. Okay. We throw that in there. Okay, farmer. Okay, human. Please. Ah, there's the scale. That's the scale thing we need to do. And the curve. So we need to do these. Maybe we can start monkeying with that and get in the getting that locked in. Okay, so we got that. Nice. Oh, and then we got the abduction duration. So we probably can change that as well to a little bit higher number. All right, so we got that. Cool. All right, let's test this bad boy. See how horrible it looks. Or if it even works. All right. Now our characters are all screwed up. Yeah. Now they're white down there. Not what we wanted. I didn't see anything dissolve. God, I gotta still fix that. I don't know why that's doing that. They're just kind of disappearing. Anyway, that's something I think we're gonna have to, figure out over time with these shaders. I don't know if I'm doing it correctly. Like I said, I found some on YouTube that were really cool that I think I'm gonna try to do, but I want to learn how to do this stuff, so that's why I'm doing it. So we learn from our mistakes. I'm just glad I got the mothership beam. Well, I'm gonna check something. All right, cool. Well, we got it kind of creative, which is a start. And like I said, we can always improve on it as we're going along. So let's. The cool thing about my stream is when you have ADHD. We can jam out, man. It's so cool. Yeah, I mean, so what I'm gonna do is let's test this guy here, and we'll work on these numbers. Final scale. Make sure we're in tune here. Huh. Sounds like very Megadeth-y. Dun, 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 dun. I need to get like all my stuff set up and I can have some drums and stuff. But eventually I like to do some music streams and stuff. Obviously we'll have to start doing some music for the game. Hopefully we'll be able to stream that. I want to look at that radial dissolve shader. I don't think we did that right. I wonder if we choose a different color. Maybe purple? Let's see what that does. Alright, so let's see what that purple does. Oh, it just changes our person purple. See, that's what I'm saying. I don't know if we got that right. If we did this right. It shouldn't be purple. Yeah, we need to adjust all that stuff. I don't think that's right. I wonder, hold on. We move these? Yeah. Still shows that purple. So I think we needed those other options that were there is what we needed to do. Or we just need to adjust some of the settings. That actually might be cool for the abduction thing. No.
It's 12 o'clock.
Anyway. Anyway. Okay. So just by doing that stuff, you can tell, like, I'm scattered brain. My brain just goes all over the place. It's like I can't concentrate on one thing. Return to Tamriel and close. Okay, the official trailer's out. Let's take a look. All will be revealed. Okay. It's like stuff like that would be cool. Trailer, here it is. Okay, gotta see it again.
I was born 87 years ago.
I was born 87 years ago.
But for all these years, I've never been the ruler of my own dreams. This is the 27th
Oh, I remember that.
seed. The year of Akatosh 433.
Akatosh.
These are the closing days of the third
Looks great.
year, and the final hours of my life. I have seen the dream on which no waking.
To me, it looks like Elder Scrolls Online. I always did like that building, though. I always thought that was cool. Because, like, I remember in the game, like, you'd be walking around. Didn't they? I think in this one you could get a horse, which was so cool at the time. Because you could get a you can get a mount in this. Because in Morrowind, I don't remember if you had mounts or not. I don't think you did. You had to walk everywhere in Morrowind. It looks great. I mean, of course, it's gonna sell and people are gonna buy it. So I probably will buy it. It's available today. Wow. How much is it? Like probably $80, $90? Cool. So it's available today. Interesting. Alright, we don't need those. Okay. Man, I'm kind of bummed about this shader thing now. It's like, why is my guy... Let's see, if we change that, it goes back to normal. Alright, let's try it without that on there. Let's see what happens. Alright, so these are the first wave. Okay. Now let's just see what happens when they get abducted. Probably the same crap. Yeah. And they just disappear. So, I mean, it's just whatever. We kind of just wasted time on that. Go back to this. Somewhere we messed up. I know we messed up somewhere. We had to have messed up somewhere. Alright, let's go back through the instructions real quick. Real quick, just to see. Yeah. I think Texture 2D. Yeah, I think that's what we need to do. I think this is what we need to do instead of the color. Find your texture in sampler. You should have a texture 2D node where you select your character's color texture. Texture 2D node. Hold on. So then we go into there. Open that up. Yeah. We were using the black. Of it? No. But we do something like that. Sample texture 2D. So that, okay, connect the out. The out output. Huh. To the, see what this does. It changed it a little. Ah, I don't know what we just did. Oh, we can change these things over here. Yeah, I don't know if this is right or not. Let's see what happens. Gotta find that character. And then add the dissolve material. See what happens. Just turns it blue. So we would need to go here. Change it. We changed it black. What happens? Turns it back to black. Okay. I don't know. It's not doing what I want it to do. And like I said, I don't understand it enough to know if we're doing it correctly or not. I'm just gonna follow one on the, since we got the light beam done, now we can do dissolve, which we can use a tutorial. I think. It's so hard to see, that's the problem. Guess we can come in here like this. And see what it looks like. Of course I can't see because of the stupid volume. Yeah, it's not doing anything. Anyway. Okay. All right, how to use? Make sure graph is all. Greater than 0. We got the greater than here. Interesting. Now I'm getting this error again. Failed to create agent because it's not close enough to the nav mesh. We got some problems. Something's not set up right with that nav mesh. I must need to bake it again. Yeah, see, like this, I don't know what's going on. Now watch, I'll do this, and then we'll probably lose the trees. Oh, okay. All right, let's save that. Yeah, I don't know what. I mean, at least I got the mothership beam started. We can always iterate, but like I said, I want what I'm envisioning in my head for the when the humans are going up to dissolve. So maybe we can start. I gotta find where that was. Okay, I think we go here. Okay. Let's try. Okay. Okay, abduction duration. Try 4. Float. Let's try 5. Actually, we'll just play it and then we can adjust the settings and see what happens while we're doing it, because then it won't save it. I'm thinking this final, I don't know if that's the final scale of the player or what. Oh, we gotta do this here. So abduction, we'll do 4. We'll do 5. Okay, let's see what happens here. Okay, it looks like they... Okay, that one didn't go anywhere. Now it looks like they're going lower. See what happens when we change that to 1. Okay. Okay, they're going up higher now. So let's do... Okay, that one up went way higher. Oh, because we're doing it only on one target. Alright, let's see what this one does. At 0.85. And see if this goes higher. It does. Okay. So let's do .5. Okay, so they're going up pretty high now. These are different types of enemies. Okay, so .5. Let's do... Try .25. See what that does. Float speed. Okay, then we're going to start adjusting this. So let's change all these to 0.025. 5. So we got that kind of tested. Okay. Got them going up higher. Now, oh, float speed. 5. I'm going to test that again. Maybe the float speed is how high they go. So that we did 5. Let's do 8 here. All right, I'll be right back. Got to use the restroom. Tea, drinking all the water. Be right back. Man, my screen. There we go. That keeps doing that. All right. Okay. All right, let's test this now. We did 8, 0.25. Beam fade out delay. We can always change that, but I'm trying to get the the height of the beam up to the mothership. Let's see how this works now. But yeah, I'm thinking just the dissolve effect. We'll have to find. I'll find something on YouTube and follow one of those and make it. I think that's going to be the best bet here. What to do. Get some of those cool shaders. All right, it's gonna load up. All right, here we go. Now they all should have the same, but we changed the settings of the float speed to 8. Just that was at 5 before. Okay, here we go. Okay, much better. Let's try 10. See what that does. Ah, that's a lot better. They're going a lot faster. I think 10's good. Okay, cool. So let's set that to 10. All right, float speed. I think 10 is good. And then we have to set this curve. Oh, I see these curves are different. No, they're not. Okay. They are. The civilian's different than the farmer, police, soldier. Okay, they are different. Let's try that. Okay. Now, the next thing we're going to test is the scale thing. So we're at 0.1. Let's do 0.2. Let's see what happens here. See what, okay. I'm gonna try this 0.15. Well, 20. Let's try 20. Move it by points. Okay, let's try this now. So we adjust it. Adjust the duration to 2. And we changed float speed and we changed the final scale. So let's see what the final scale. We went from 0.1 to 0.2. Let's see what happens. Okay. I gotta adjust those timers, man. The timer's just not right. All right, let's see what they do now. Much better. Okay, we're getting somewhere. That's much better. Much better. Okay, so great, we're getting somewhere. Okay, so what did we do? So we set that to 2. Let's try 15 on that. I'm actually going to bring the float speed down to 8. This was good, so let's try 3. 3 and see what that looks like. Because I noticed that the scale was different, so we're improving it. We're getting it. We're getting it there. We're locking it in. We're getting it closer to what we wanted. So let's try this. So we changed 0.2 for the scale speed. The final scale, we went to 0.2 to 0.3. We changed the abduction duration from 20 to 15. And we chose float speed down to 8. So let's see how the speed of how fast they go up. Okay, that's much better. I think 8's okay. I'm not liking the scale. I think the scale was better at 0.2. Let's see here. We got to get a few more. And we did change the scale curve. Okay, some are going higher than others. Okay. I gotta see something here because we got the farmers 0.01. Okay. Okay, so those go to about right here. We need another wave to see if we changed it too high. That one went way up there. So I want to see which ones are going up high and which ones are not going up as high because I need to adjust those numbers. 5. Okay, let's change this back to 0.1. Let's see. We'll do this at 0.10. See what that does. Okay. We gotta work on this. See, wave 0 should be civilians. All right, let's watch this now. Okay, they're not going up as high. Now that one did. Okay. I want to try something. Okay, let's try that. I'm trying to see which one is the float speed is the height or is it this abduction duration? I'm thinking it might be the float speed. So now I set it to 12, but everything else is the same as the other one. So let's see what happens. Now, if they all get abducted, maybe it's by random. Maybe it's random, which is fine. Okay, now we're getting up higher. Okay, let's try. Okay, so it looks like, okay, what do we got here? Those are all 10, 10, 0.25, 10, 10, 10, 25, 0, 1. So let's change everything to 12. I'm guessing that is the height. And what we're going to do, the civilian, set it to 15. Point 3. Okay, let's test that. Okay, let's see how this works. Then we're going to need to work on the that's much better. Much better. Cool. That's exactly what we're doing. That's what I want. But what we want is once they hit small. Well, that was cool. Looked like they went past the screen. That one did. Some of them are going past the screen, some aren't. Okay, what do we have this? Okay, that one we have on 15, 12. Let's try 20. Try these ones at 15. But we're getting the what I want. We just want them when they're going and shrinking like that to dissolve away. Which it kind of looks like they are, actually. Now that we gave it more time. Okay, we're doing 3. Okay, let's do 35. And see what happens now. Now we're at 20. Let's see what happens with 20. I think 15 was the sweet. I think 15 might be the sweet spot. This is how we test. Okay, here we go. Okay, so that's too much. 20 is too much. That beam's doing something too. Actually, that might be cool. That actually might be cool. But what I'm thinking, let's turn this back to 30. Keep that at 20 and see what happens. I think the float speed is the height. And the duration is how long it's taking. So I think that could work. So let's see what this looks like now. 30 instead of 35, 20 and 30. Let's see what this does. Too fast. Like what? What's going on? So let me go to 18. Way too fast. That one was perfect. Too fast. Okay. 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 We just need them to shrink quicker. All right, let me see what we got with the rest. Okay, so we have these ones at 25, 15. I think 25 is the good spot. 18. I'm gonna test something here. Okay, so we got 18, 25. Let's try that. Because I like it when they're getting smaller and then when they're about here, they start disappearing. That's kind of what I want. I mean, it's cool them going off the screen. Makes sense, but we kind of want them to shrink. Like that's... I don't care if they go off screen, but I want them to shrink and disappear as they're going up. Which some of them did and some of them didn't. So I gotta lock in here which ones those are. So these should be the farm civilians. Okay. Why was that moving us? That one was good. Perfect. 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 Too fast. Too fast. Perfect. I think that's fine. I think what we got is good. So I think we need to go to 15 and just keep that at 0.1. And then these are all 0.25, 0.1, 15. Okay, now let's see if they're all equal. Then I gotta start figuring out this wave things. All right, here we go. Let's see if they're all equal now. All the settings should be the same. Yep. It just seems like it's very random. Like some go up quick, some don't, which is fine. I mean, that's what you would expect. It's just I don't want to go too fast. Like that one right there. That was perfect. I thought. I think this is fine for now. We just need to get the dissolve in there. I wonder if we put that alien glow in there, what would happen? Interesting. Hey, bud. You need to go out? Okay. All right, we need to let the dog out. We'll be right back. All right, get down, bud. Come on, get down. Let's go. Come on. All right, we're back. The dog's still outside. That's just kind of how he is. He likes to go out. It's nice out outside. It's really nice out. All right. So I'm thinking we'll go check on him in a sec. That duration. I don't know. I don't know. I don't think we need to mess with it. We need to figure out this wave thing real quick. Okay, wave spawner. Okay, time between waves. So is this, I think, in the inspector, is that seconds? I'm thinking it's seconds. 5. So let's try, so we want 3 minutes. So 60 times 3 is 18. So 180 minutes, 180. Let's try that. All right, we want more. Let's do 25. Okay. Oh, pulse effect. Okay. Max time between waves. Do 60. 180. All right. Let's see what that does. Uh-oh, we broke it. There we go. Yep. Cool. Somehow my guy got screwed up. What's going on? Did we break something? Uh-oh. Why is my guy all messed up?
It's 1
Oh
o'clock.
my god, we got some major stuff going on here. Hold on. Are we? Dude, look at that beam, dude. That's so cool. Wow. We're gonna have to fix that beam, but I like it. I think it's freaking cool. Alright, why did our guy break? Alright, something just broke. Um... Something's not right here. What just happened? Okay, the head's supposed to be glowing. Oh, there we go. That's one. Hey. What the hell happened? Okay. Our alien glow mat. Okay, now it's green, which is not what we had. Okay. Alright, we're gonna have to figure out how we can redo that. Interesting. I don't know what just happened. Somehow that got changed. Huh. Alright, I gotta check on the dog, see if he's ready to come in. So yeah, we got the waves set up. So what, hold on, what are the waves now? I want it 3 minutes. Well, it's random, that's right, it's random. Let's try it again. Yeah, I don't know what just happened to our character. His head's not glowing now. It's 142. Okay, perfect. I gotta see these power-ups now. Yeah, that got messed up. Huh. Interesting. I don't know what just happened. Alien glow mat got seriously screwed up. Alright, we'll have to recreate that. I'll have to find it. See if ChatGPT remembers when we did that. Alright, be right back. I gotta get the dog. Okay, being a little stubborn. Alright. Okay, so this is how we did it. Can you open that? Maybe not. Yep, AK, shader, surface type, PEC, okay, base map. Black. Metallic. 0. Smoothness. 0. There it is. I actually need to do that for the body. Well, that didn't work. Anyway, we got the head back. Okay. Okay, alien glow mat. Okay, HDR. Emission color. Oh, we could change it so it glows. We can create a script for it. Well, it's glowing there. Why isn't it glowing here? Let's make sure we got this right. Look, the little color swatch. Okay. Enable emission. Well, that's fixed. Something, yeah, something went screwy there. Okay. Okay, that's back. Good. Okay. Okay. We fixed that. All right. Let's do this pulse glow. That would be kind of cool. So let's go to our scripts. Create. Glow pulse. Glow pulse. Do alien glow. There we go. Alien glow pulse. Alien glow pulse. Open that up. Okay, we got that. Now let's set our. Do need our update. We don't need to start. Public class. Whoops. Color. Public float speed equals 2. We can change that. Public float. Equals 5. Okay. Never done this before. Render R. Let's do matte. Huh, never done that before. We'll do void awake. I've done awake before. Whoa. R equals get component. Yep. Render. Yep. Close. Whoops. And I went outside, and my allergies are trying to hit me. Now I went outside. Okay. Float T. At the same time. times the speed. We're dividing. Okay, that makes sense. Intensity by max intensity T. Whoops, matte dots set color. Okay. Going on there. Oh, we must have forgot something. Oh, yeah, right there. That's not right. Okay. We attach this script to the head, and it should pulsate. Which is cool, but I don't know why I'm wasting my time with this, but we build it, and then, when we get the new thing, we can add it to our real alien, I guess. And we could change it here. Nice. Okay. Let's see what it does. Alright, so that's cool. So we got the wave beam good, or the mothership beam. But we're got the kind of players scooping up, which is great. We got that locked in. Okay, it's not glowing anymore like it was. Okay, it's pulsating. I can see it over here pulsating. But it's not doing it. We gotta fix that, why the beam is pushing us. I don't remember if it was doing that before or not. Okay. Well, I don't know what happened to the alien head now. It's glowing in here. You can see it glowing. We had it before. It worked. Everything worked fine. Huh. But it's not glowing. Very interesting. I'm not going to worry about that right now. Oh, we have 4 viewers. Welcome. I don't know why that... It's showing that it's glowing there, but it's not showing here, so something's not right. Oh, where's the matte at? Alien glow matte. Okay. Oh, hey, that ain't it. So what we're trying to do here is we're trying to not polish, but we're just trying to improve some things that I'm creating. Obviously, this is a prototype, as you can see. Buildings are not to scale. Just kind of laying it out. Let me can zoom out here. Whoops. So I got mountains, some trees back there. Very crude at this point. We've been working on a lot of the systems. We have to build out all this. Got the skybox in. This is the initial town. So I built this first because I wanted to get the feel of what everything's going to look like. You know, that's about it for environmental stuff. And the roads are just something for now. And we will... So I've been building all these systems out. Let me just play it here so you can see. I've been working on shader stuff yesterday and today. What I was trying to do is a dissolve shader when they go up into the mothership beam. Well, the one we did yesterday was the mothership beam. I got it where the beam comes down, but it's, you know, not the final look of what I want. And for some reason, it's glowing and pulsating here, but it's not really pulsating in the game. So we got to find out why. There's no sound effects yet, only on certain things. So so this beam here is what I worked on yesterday. It's not final. I would like it a little bit, I don't know, the color's a little better. And we've been working on so when you abduct the humans here, how fat, you know, when they go up. We've been messing with the scale there. So now it's changed. Something's changed. We had it hit just fine, and now everything's changed. Because they were going off screen. Now they're not, so something messed up here. Let me go in here. Nothing's changed. Nope, it's all the same settings. Same. The curves is still the same. Yep, the curves are still the same. And for some reason, these things are spawning weird too. They're spawning up here, and I don't know. I have to fix that. I think spawns fine, and then these things, something got screwy here. Huh. I'm gonna try something. Now they go too fast. 20. Man, I want to know why the head's glowing here, but it's not glowing here. Something broke. Maybe a shader or something broke. Yeah, the renderer has more materials. Okay. Multiple shader pass. Okay, I'm gonna have to figure that out. It just feels like they're going way too fast. How that will work. I see these things floating. Those are power-ups. They're not supposed to be floating. Those looked fine. Okay. Alright. I think that's good. We'll just leave it there for now. Alright. Now. Now it's like, what do we do now? Alright. Still got to work on character progression. Some of these weapons we have to do. And then the abilities, we have to do this. Okay, level design. Alright, we're gonna look on the asset store real quick. Got that. This one's kind of cool. That one could work. Well, those ones are okay. Hey, do they have like a police station or something? Let's see. Police Station 3. City pack, what's this? Oh, that's pretty cool. Okay, we're looking for, okay, that police fire, okay. Kind of cool. Problem is we're going for a very specific look and feel in the game. All right, there's some things. Let's see. So that said, it's like I'm hit. Like I have things to do, and then it's like I hit these brick walls. It's like, what do we do next? Well, we need to do boss battles. We have to set up those waves, stronger enemies. Um, okay. Oh man, this is gonna be difficult. All right. Do 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 do. Okay, here's a fully fleshed out step-by-step guide to adding a robust sci-fi character progression. Okay, cool. Got that. I don't know if we're gonna start that today. This looks like it's pretty lengthy. We're already at 1:30. I gotta eat lunch. Been streaming for 3 hours already. Wow. I think I might just call it a day. Come back tomorrow. Start working on the progressions. I gotta figure out why our shaders are breaking. Wait, I think I did click something. This. I don't know why. That's our beam material. Oh, we got settings in here. Beam radius. Whoa! Oh, I see. See what that does. I don't remember what those numbers were now. Inner glow was 0, I think. Beam radius was 0. Okay, let's see what these... Let's just play with this now. I didn't even know we had settings for the beam. And then I gotta go get my food. Alright, let's see here. See, it's pulsating here, but why aren't we doing it here? Some broke. Alright, let's see what this did to the beam now. Oh, jeez. Okay, we don't like that. I think that was 0. Okay, that's cool. I can see the glow now. Yeah, it's like some of them go up out of the way and some don't. Maybe we're just... Beam height, 5. See what 1 does. I didn't notice any difference. Oh, that's cool. Alright, we got killed. Okay. Inner glow. We can change that. That 0.5, 0.8. Okay. All right, that's good. I think I'm gonna end it today. Like I said, we worked on the shader for the dissolve. I don't really like it. It's not really working like I thought. I'll have to find a YouTube video to get something better. And then we adjusted the mother beam. They're now going up higher, which is great, which is what we wanted. We got that kind of locked in. Yeah, right here, we adjusted the settings. I think maybe tomorrow we'll start working on the... And then this stuff broke. I don't know what. Why? Let's go on the console. Something with this. Failed to create an agent. I think that's the power-ups. There's an error going on, so we'll have to figure out why. Alright. Well, yeah, I think that's good for today. We did 3 hours. So thanks everybody for hanging out. Trenton was here talking earlier. We appreciate it. So we'll be back tomorrow at 10 a.m. like normal. And we'll be streaming tomorrow. All right, take care everybody. Have a good day.